Hello lovelies, and welcome to today's video. I'm so glad you stopped by. My name's Alya, and today we're going to be talking about wearing all one color. So I mean, there's different ways to go about this, and you know, it's usually not something to overthink too much, but I do think about these things a lot, and I thought it'd be a fun topic to do a whole video on with matching your wrap if you're wearing all one color. So if you've got, for example, all black or white or grey or purple or orange, it doesn't really matter. Today we're going to be solving that problem, giving you solutions and wrapping options and all that fun stuff. So if you'd like to listen a bit more on kind of matching colors and matching styles and all that sort of stuff when you're wearing all one color, please do stick around. So before we talk anything about the wraps or the scarves or the head accessories or anything like that, one of the most sort of vital parts of what I do with my look is first of all, the shoes. So your accessories. I've had black shoes on today, and I've got just a thin black belt. So that really didn't do anything to, you know, add a pop of color or anything like that to my otherwise light colored outfit. So a bright lip is great, but then again, we're all in masks, so that didn't really do anything for me today. But I've done just a very, very neutral eye. So it's just the kind of beigey toned, bit of a glittery shadow, and just a purple lower lid. So again, a little bit basic. I used a matching, would you believe, liner, so it matches what I'm wearing perfectly. So there's no real pop of color, not really anywhere in my outfit. I do a little bit in my jewelry. I'm wearing pink earrings, but that's just because I wore them yesterday and they were just there. So I could just as easily be wearing plain silver or maybe an onyx or something. That's none of these things today in my outfit have actually kind of introduced a new element, not really. Tichel wise, I do have a little bit of pink in my tichel. That was a bit of an accident, or as my 4-year-old will say, an excellent. Very funny. My sister used to say that when she was little too. So happy accident and excellent. And then there's a little bit of charcoal through each, so that's kind of introducing a pop of color without deviating too far away from the, you know, the main theme. You know, because there's no really big expressive jewelry or any particular color on makeup or accessories, you know, I have free reign to introduce any color here. But what I want to do today is show you how well it would be to completely contrast or completely match. So something that you wouldn't think is so easy to pull off, and I'm telling you, it is so easy. And I'm going to start showing you how. So with this one, that's obvious. You just use a matching element, so the grey element. It just so happened matching jewelry to another little element with the pink, and then you've got the colors, you've got the pattern, you've got the fact that it's a pretty huge scarf, it's got volume, so it's got a peel there, a bit of a twist just for a point of interest. So you've got all those elements going on. We've talked about textures and all that stuff before. I'm interested in color. So I'll take you along as I undo this scarf because it's very easy, so I'm not going to show you much about how to put it together. It's literally twisted at the end, so you put it down, bring it up, twist, pull back, tuck away. Very, very, very simple. I've got my non-slip headband on, of course, because we're going to be playing with a few different scarves. So if anyone's wondering, there is a non-slip headband under there and just a kind of a high bun. Because I've got the completely blank canvas in my outfit, makeup, so forth, you can totally do something really fun and beautiful and neon, like this neon green and pink scarf. Again, I've got accidentally the pink earring, so that will pull that in a little bit. I do have a purple under my bottom eyelid, so you know, all of that kind of works together, and you can definitely do that pink lip. You can definitely do all of that. Another example would be in the same family of thought is you do like a really beautiful matching color, so the magentas and burgundies and whatever go really, really well with the grey. And you can totally do that as well. It's got a little bit of orange. You know, you could potentially introduce a little bit of orange to the eye makeup, pull it all together. Very, very pretty. So that's the obvious direction I think people will go if they're wearing all monotone. You know, all black, for example, you just kind of want to do something different for your accessories. Throw on a scarf, whether it's on your neck, head, whatever, or a bright colored belt or something just to break it all up. But if you're going to be matching, you can do something like this. So this is a very well loved, rather old now, pashmina, one of the first scarves I ever wore intentionally as a tichel. So it's got a beautiful purple shift to it. It's got lots of different shades of grey, starting with the sort of slates that are in my dress and going all the way through to a grey. So you're still very much staying in the grey family. It will definitely match the outfit, but how to make it interesting. So if I was to just do the exact same thing as I did with that blue scarf, but maybe just a little bit in reverse. So I'm going up first, doing a bit of a loop at the back, like that non-slip headband. You get this really cool continuation, which can be actually very elongating. If you use a little bit of height or a little bit of texture, so I've got nice little folds and things like that, and the twists and all these different patterns are really, really helping, and it's matching really nicely. So you see how that works? I haven't done anything complicated. I haven't done anything exciting in my actual wrap design, but look at how wonderful all those colors just elevate this, and it's a complete continuation. I've got a very similar fabric in this stretchy jersey Tichel. This is a stretchy jersey here as well. It's obviously a little bit of the wrong shade of grey. I've not actually got it covering all my hair at the back either. I've prioritized having it nice and sort of chunky at the front and folded over and a little bit pleated. So I've just put it on and twisted it over at the back. It's completely and utterly even. Okay, and then I'm going to introduce a perfectly matching scarf. Again, we've got a few different colors, a few different shades of grey, and a bit of a sparkle. So this will definitely dress it up. And I'm just going to introduce this one a little bit folded over and then draping back. And same thing, twist it at the back and bring it around the front. Once again, on its own, it's not exactly a perfect match, but together we're continuing the same colors. Just make sure both of those are nice and tight, not sort of moving to where you don't want them. I'm going to start by sort of pleating or twisting one of the sides over. The reason I do this first is I want to see how much length I've got. I've got a lot. They're pretty good, and they're conveniently fairly similar length. They don't have to be, but conveniently. I'm going to take this one here. So I'll just tuck this away in here, excuse me, just so it doesn't unpleat. I'm going to take this one here because it's sort of next on my pattern order. Just going to make sure it's not too wide because I don't want to hide too much. And bringing it around the back, tucking it into itself. And we'll do the same thing with this next piece, except I'm going to drape it over because there's still a bit of hair showing at the back. I'm going to drape it over and tuck it into that one I just turned around. See? Okay. Now I'm going to take my fancy bit, my twist, and bring it in the middle of those last two, and tucking it in all into the same strand of grey jersey. So being a little bit boring color-wise, but look at all of this beautiful pattern, beautiful texture, and because we've added a feature with that pleat, it's just so incredibly pretty. It's catching the light, it's shiny, very nice. But we're just continuing that same grey theme, and we haven't really lost anything from the outfit, I don't think. Comment if you think we have, but I'm loving this whole idea that you don't have to struggle to sort of find a matching but, you know, not the same color or contrasting color if your outfit's not too colorful. Because I think that some people are just very comfortable wearing all black and that's that, or wearing a black dress and a navy turban, and that's fine. If that's what your aesthetic is, by all means, that's cool. For me, that wouldn't work. I couldn't I couldn't do it unless it was a navy and black scarf or accessory, and then it would manage to work from that point of view. But to me, it needs to either be a perfect opposite, so, you know, blues and oranges, or, you know, that sort of thing, so things that really complement each other, or they need to match. And sometimes matching can just be so boring and monotone, whereas here we've got completely matching, albeit a little bit different, but all it's doing is creating layers and interest. And yeah, it's one little creation there. Let's see if we can come up with another. Taking the very same kind of concept, I've got that same scarf on, but this time I've brought it a little bit up to my nape, so it's now covering my whole head. Just like that. Okay, and we're just going to make sure that as we bring the two sides up, that this bit's kind of, these little flaps here are being tucked away under the pressure of this one. So kind of creating like a sling there, crossing it over, and then taking a bit more width there, just so that we can cover these pointy bits here. So you get these little kind of sticky out pointy bits. By flattening out the fabric, you get enough to sort of cover them, and it also creates really pretty creases as well. Okay, then you twist, or cross over I should say, and actually tie this time. So bring it through and tie. Right, well, that in and of itself is kind of cool, but because this is such a casual material, I feel like it takes away from an otherwise pretty nice looking outfit. Mind you, this dress, I've worn it with purple shoes and a purple tichel, and then I have a grey and purple sort of pleated belt, and that's really cute too. So there are ways to definitely play with an outfit. This could go really nicely with a tan vest or a cardigan. There's so many things you can do. White tichel, options, so many options. All right, this time I'm going to put this beautiful shimmery gorgeous thing on. It's got these light strokes through them, but otherwise it's actually a black tichel, so I'll just show you how it's going to look grey in the end. It's black with just some light grey stripes. Okay, putting it down just further back. It's nice and stretchy, this one. I'm going to actually go underneath the knot, which is a little, risky. I'm going underneath the knot. I'm going to find the side that doesn't open, so not that one. Make sure it's closest to my head, and then bringing it all up. This is the point where you could use a pin to hold it down if you needed to. I'm taking the other side, which is some reason longer than the first. I don't know how that happened. That's okay. Making sure that this long one, or the top one, holds down the bottom one, because we'll only really be tucking in the last one. And then going back around and tucking in probably underneath itself. So not underneath the grey bottom one, but into itself. Okay, so we've got twisty up here, twisty down here, and then we're going to really emphasize the twist. So it's just come on down a little bit. So emphasize the twist. Again, letting the fabric fold nicely, holding down any pointy bits that you don't like. I'm squishing down that bit because it's a bit bulgy. And then this is a really cute way of tucking it into itself. You just twist it, so as if you're tying sort of a bow, but then you just tuck it away. I'm just going to bring this bit back a bit because I actually prefer the crossover rather than a flat part of the front of the head. It just, I don't know, I want more of a longer shaped face rather than a round. So rather than that kind of look, I'd rather that kind of look. Just for my shape of face. It does not necessarily work for everyone. And look at this fun look that we've created. So it's a little bit on the larger side for those who like that. I happen to love it. But look how fun it is. And remember how I said it's not going to look like a black scarf once we're done? See how it just looks like it's a dark grey. It just kind of totally goes with the flow of the outfit, even though it's a little bit of a different colour. And the grey, which is too light, also you sort of lose it in the darkness of the black scarf. This shiny one is a little bit more subtle than the previous one, so it's not as in your face shiny, but it definitely still catches light and creates an extra dimension there. And you get these tiny little pokey through grey bits that tie it all together. So just lovely. And again, it didn't matter that I've got pink earrings or, so the pinks and purples in my eye look. It just all works really, really lovely and flowy together. I hope you liked today's looks and enjoyed the tutorial, and maybe you'll try going all one color and seeing what other points of interest you can create when you don't want to introduce new colors into your outfit. I guess the same applies when you're wearing a colorful outfit. It's just maybe a little bit more obvious of which bits and pieces and features you'll draw from your outfit. When you don't have anything to draw from, it's totally okay to go matchy-matchy. I mean, you see how it can work, and even with that first scarf, which was pretty much a perfect match, just having that little bit of variety, a little bit of interest. And I guess I'm doing the same thing in my actual dress, in that I've got the fur and the knit in the vest, and then you've got the jersey through the actual dress. You've got this kind of a little bit dressy up kind of thing, a bit of a more of an I guess less casual vest, and then you've got this fun casual element with the hood. It's a really big hood too, sort of cover the tickle with it. You've got all these sort of varieties in textures and colors and styles, and yet it still all works really, really lovely together. The other thing I didn't really speak about, but you could definitely try, is introducing a brooch or introducing an element that draws from your outfit. For example, I've got this leather belt on. You might want to do like a little leather or little even satin kind of strip somewhere throughout the look. I guess in my tickle, that shiny fabric kind of does that for me. But if you didn't have the shiny fabric as an element, you could most definitely have like a little pin or a little pearl, or you know, something else to elevate that kind of more subtle fabric and more monotone and sort of flat fabric, and get a bit more interest that way. Alright, if you did indeed like it, please do hit the like, and if you haven't yet subscribed, it's because you need to turn that red button grey. We're all about grey, so please do go ahead and press that big old inviting red button. And yeah, I'm so excited that we're going back to a normal uploading schedule. There's no sort of delays coming up anytime soon, which is really nice. We're out of the high holiday season, so it was really fun and really special. Definitely different this year, but very meaningful, and you know, it was nice in its own way. But then, of course, it's also really nice to be out of the 2020 unusual season, and we can now look forward to having it even better and even sort of more meaningful and even more elevated next year. As always, check out Instagram, lots of things going on there and lots of fun little additions. I'm trying to stay nice and active there for you guys, just as a means of communication and a means of connection. So definitely check out Instagram, and I will see you guys on the next one. All right, stay safe, lovelies. Thank you so much. Bye.